What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Dueling Fates podcast. That's Geek. I'm Grayson. Today, we're continuing what I lovingly called last time the Red Flag movie. Whatever I called the last
You
time.
called this whole thing Red Flag March.
Yeah, there you go. Red Flag March. RFM.
I think there's only one movie on this list I wouldn't consider a red flag, but maybe it is.
Well, that's
I don't have
you edited it, and I just want to call the whole month what it is. So
no, that's fair. No, maybe I just don't know the view from the rest of the internet on these movies because I don't talk about movies on the internet except on this podcast.
The idea of this, and again, you can love these movies perfectly fine.
Yeah.
What we're talking about. The idea of this is like when a girl or someone that you're interested in asks you what your favorite movies are, and you say one of these movies, it sets off a red flag of like, oh,
is Troy really one of those movies?
I don't know about Troy.
I can't wait to talk about Troy though, because some of the errors it makes bugs me, but it's also so perfect.
I think that'll be interesting to speak about because that's one of the rare times I haven't seen a movie, but you have.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
But today we're talking about Pulp Fiction, every dorm room's favorite poster.
Yeah.
Because every dorm room had Uma Thurman on their poster, which is weird because she's in it for maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah. She almost dies.
Yeah, a lot of people almost
or do,
if not do.
Yeah. Yeah.
This ever talking Tarantino though, so I get the bash on Tarantino and how I hate how he makes movies sometimes.
Okay, I gotta. Is this the first Tarantino movie I've watched ever?
He's made 9 films. He's made Django, What's My Time in Hollywood, Jackie Brown, Reservoir Dogs.
That's it? He's only made 9 movies?
He's only directed 9 movies. His goal was to make 10. And it's why the 10th one's taking so long, because he doesn't like the current state of movies. Which he is valid in some right. Not all rights. I will not get.
But he has 2 movies upcoming where he's. Oh no, one of them's a short. Never mind. Oh, and one of them's a TV show. Never mind.
Yeah, he does a lot of things when it comes to like producing and stuff like that. But when it comes to directing films, he's only done 9, and he says he'll only do 10. Feature length films, which is like.
Yeah, I think this is the only Tarantino movie I've ever watched.
Oh, we get to talk about Tarantino without you knowing about Tarantino.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I know nothing. I know I know some things because like people have talked about him on the internet and how he's a weirdo, but I don't know. I don't know things, but
every director's weirdo. Like when you get down to
true.
You have to be a little weird.
I think that's just most creative people. To want to create things, you got to be a bit of a weirdo.
Nothing wrong with being weird. It's just when you show how weird you are in your films, it's like, okay, buddy, maybe cool it. Like Nolan's weird. Like he's super uptight. Like kind of like he's the British rich asshole.
Yeah.
His mother's completely different, which I think is fucking hilarious. But Tarantino is just weird.
True.
But how'd you like the film?
I don't know if this will anger more people or less people, but I'm just going to refer to every film this month in comparison to the other films this month. It means I'm going in with a projected favorite. Just because I love Troy. It's so good. It's also
you won't like next week's film. I know
what is
that.
Next week's?
Well, you might like it, but you won't like it as much as I will. It's American Psycho.
Okay. Who knows? I could love it. You don't know.
You might. But it's a horror movie, and I know you don't like horror movies, so.
Horror movies are weird. It's not that I don't like them. I've just never really watched them. And a lot of the time, my criticisms are with most horror movies how stupid they are.
Well, American.
So
okay, we'll talk about
that. We'll figure out how that works once we watch it.
Pulp Fiction.
But I liked this way more than I liked Shawshank.
Why?
I don't know. Because it feels like it should have been maybe more boring, but for some reason it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like I was still paying attention and like caught into it. It's just laid out very weird.
Pulp Fiction and Tarantino in general, when he makes movies, I'm very mixed. And it's mostly because he writes every character quite the same.
Yeah.
They're all quick-witted. They all have like the same snappy personality, and that's Tarantino writing himself basically in every character. Uh, but also, it's just like when we're sitting here doing nothing, we're having a conversation that has nothing to do with the plot. It's just fleshing out the characters, which isn't a bad thing. But when you have a 2 hour and 22 minute film that kind of feels a little bloated towards the end, like I'm just sitting over there and I'm just like, I want to be done. Can I leave?
I thought it was done after the Bruce Willis arc, which I, again, if I'm going to make the same Shawshank idea, but with this movie, can we just like remove the entire Bruce Willis arc?
Well,
it feels like the
tells us
least
what
important
happens to Vincent. So
Sure. I feel like
if
this.
we had to order it differently, yeah.
But or don't order it differently and just have the Vincent thing be everything else in the movie when it comes to him. Have him be told he has to go do a job, and then you just see him show up and then go take a shit and then get shot, and then it's over. What if that's how the movie ended? Honestly, I think that'd be a cooler ending.
Well, the end it's quite anticlimactic when it comes to like the rest of the
Yeah,
hijinks of the film. That Pulp Fiction feels like hijinks, kind of just like
kinda.
in adult form. When you think of hijinks, you think of like Scooby Doo, but like this is adult fucking hijinks. But like I don't have many problems with this film besides of like we just sit around and do jack shit a few times, and I'm not like.
And maybe that's compared to Shawshank. Why I like it more is the sitting around doing jack shit. At least
Feels jack shit.
It feels more realistic. Like I don't know. Maybe it's because Wyoming's still 10 years behind. So I don't know. I don't know. Most of it felt like shit actual people do.
Yeah, his conversations are very human and they're very like the type of conversations just a little more like, not stuttering and stuff like that, like more people do. But it's just, again, when we do jack shit and it doesn't do anything for the plot, I'm sitting here and again, 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 hours, 10 minutes. I'm like, I'm getting restless. Gotta give me something because I'm not like, I want to be done.
I enjoyed, especially like the kind of nothing burger of it. Anytime you got Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta, anytime you had Vincent and Jules, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, those two when on the screen is great. I like with the risk character when the interactions with Vincent as well. Those three characters really solidify the film for me. And make me enjoy it a lot more. When we move off of them into like Bruce Willis's character and Butch, I'm less interested in the film. What's the other fucking arc?
I was gonna say that was my least favorite part. That was basically it. Like, so it starts with Jules and Vincent. But it's very weird because that's like the start of the movie, and then it cuts to the kind of middle with Vincent and Mia, and then it goes to Bruce Willis, and then it cuts back to the beginning for some reason. It's very odd. I don't get the structure of this movie. Like, I don't know why you'd want to tell your story that way.
Because I think there's a thing with like directors and creatives where they're like, I want to reinvent the wheel in the worst way possible.
Yeah, it's like, this is just bad, man.
Like, I get like non-linear storytelling.
Yeah.
But this is just kind of like, why do I have to do a puzzle to piece together the days?
Right? Like, I don't mind like non-linear storytelling when you look at like we talked about it with Deadpool, and then we talked about it with another movie recently. Hello, brain. My brain stopped braining.
It does that quite often.
It does that sometimes.
It kind of overloads, too much power into it.
What What other Oh, Harley Quinn. Because
Yeah.
it's just like telling the story. And but to me, there's something about, I don't know if it's the added narration that just makes it feel like you are listening to somebody tell that as a
Yeah.
story, so it makes it feel more okay, because that's
Yeah.
just how people talk, because they'll be
Mhm.
like going on about this thing and, oh yeah, I forgot to mention this thing had happened. You need that for the context as to why this is cool. And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. But this just felt wrong, and I don't know if it's because there's no narration perspective or
Yeah, I can see the narration like having a piece to it, and I feel like I can already tell, like, feel comments being like, "Do you need someone to hold their hand through it?" No, it's just more like this type of storytelling doesn't fit really in this narrative.
right.
If it was Uma Thurman trying to tell us the story of Vincent and Jules and having like
Oh
a a fucking drug induced like what the fuck,
yeah,
sure,
that would have been sick.
but like it doesn't fit here, or like weed movies often do the non-narrative, like
Yeah,
non-linear storytelling, because it's a hazy day. It's like
yeah,
you're experiencing the high with them. That's the thing. So like, when it comes to Pulp Fiction, only a few people get high, and then that's only Vincent's like kind of little character clump in his
yeah,
little story. Otherwise, this is kind of just everyone's pretty sober, which is actually really weird for Tarantino, because usually they're all just doing drugs.
yeah. No, only like two people were really doing drugs. There were some side
Yeah,
characters, but they don't count.
yeah,
It's just like real life. All the side characters are doing drugs, man.
for real.
um, yeah, I don't know. But I loved Samuel L. Jackson in this. I
Oh yeah.
shockingly liked John Travolta in this.
What
I haven't seen that many John Travolta
I was
films,
say,
if I'm honest, but
the only John Travolta film that comes to mind is Hairspray, and he was really good in Hairspray.
the only one that comes to mind for me is fucking Wild Hogs, dude.
That okay. Grease. Yeah, that makes sense.
I've never seen Grease.
Oh, Grease isn't good, so that's a
Ouch.
fact and opinion I will hold to my fucking
Damn.
grave.
Damn.
Face Off.
Yeah, I'm trying to
That's a good
see
movie.
if
He's
there's
the
other ones.
Punisher. That's right.
I got.
Swordfish. That's pretty good.
He was in Bolt.
Yeah, he is Bolt.
Yeah, but I don't know. When it's animation, I no longer like immediately associate
Yeah.
for whatever reason. Like, I don't think I want to tell you when I found out that Haley Steinfeld was the voice of Spider-Gwen.
Was it doing that TikTok we did?
Yeah. I had no idea. In animation, unless it's like a voice that I only ever think of as a person, I
Yeah.
ain't got it. Like, I think
Yeah.
one of the only animated sequences where I've been like, that I know who that is, was weirdly a Call of Duty Zombies thing, because the voice actor was Ron Perlman, just in Ron Perlman's voice. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's Ron
Hellboy.
Perlman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not where I think of Ron Perlman from.
Where do you think of Ron Perlman from? That's fucking
Sons of
Hellboy.
Anarchy.
Oh my god.
I'm
That's
sorry.
fucking Hellboy. Like, if you were to give me any of like Ron Perlman's filmography, I'm like, where do you know from? There, Hellboy. Like,
Fair.
easily, because he's the best Hellboy.
I don't. Yeah. I never watched Hellboy.
Did you watch Hellboy 2?
No.
No.
I've
We should
never
watch
seen
Hellboy.
a Hellboy movie. I've also
Man,
never been
it's
a
not only,
Hellboy
like,
comic book
I've
fan.
pitched
I just,
doing 2 films a week or anything.
dude. Let's figure out how to make sure we can get one a week out for a while. Let's put a
Let's get
pin in
ahead.
the let's put a pin in the doing 2 a week until like I move or something.
That's fair.
Like, there's a lot going on. We're not talking
Oh.
about this right now.
But
But
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. I don't know. It's
You don't know?
pulp and fiction. You ever
Is it
gone to
pulp?
Big Kahuna Burger?
Is that a real thing? I thought it was made up.
I assumed it was.
I thought it was made up for like, because Tarantino has kind of like this like lived in universe where it's like only his films live in this universe, and
I don't know.
they're kind of
So
particular.
they kept mentioning Oh no, it's fake.
Yeah.
I don't know. So they kept mentioning it.
Yeah, because they're like,
But like alongside, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Jack in the Box. So I assumed it was real and had gone away because,
no.
the 90s and not anymore. Apparently it first appeared in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he kind of has like this like weird connected universe. I assume that Big Kahuna Burger was a thing because they couldn't put McDonald's or Burger King, or they wouldn't give them like the sponsorship, so they wouldn't
Yeah.
put it in the movie.
You can
They would just
mention
say
them,
it.
but you can't like show them. Yeah.
Yeah, because that becomes copyright infringement rather than
Right. So what you're saying is I should figure out what a Big Kahuna Burger is and make it.
That would have been an excellent video idea, actually.
Right?
Is it the Hawaiian burger? So
Right?
don't know what that means.
Do a Big Kahuna Burger. I can figure
Yeah,
it out.
probably.
Well, apparently Binging with Babish already did it, which isn't surprising. What hasn't Binging with Babish already done?
I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Really?
I don't watch food channels. I think people eating is quite gross unless like
You should just watch a singular Binging with Babish video because it's not what you're thinking about.
Well, like when you're like, oh, I ordered everything on the menu. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm not watching that, Geek, but that's cool.
Damn, you don't want to watch me eat food?
No, I barely like watching Mythical Kitchens doing their like last meal.
I love the last meal videos, man. They're so
Well,
good.
yeah, that's because it's an interview but with food, and I'm more okay with that.
Weird. That just guarantees like talking while chewing.
Yeah, but sometimes it can be funny.
How does this movie starts with the people wanting to rob the restaurant?
Yes. And people think it's revolutionary that the movie starts where it ends. I'm like, cool.
I don't think it did the starts where it ends thing well at all, actually. I'm trying to think. I know there's a movie that does the same thing, but my brain doesn't want to get there.
There's a lot of movies that do that.
But, like, I don't think it's a very good use of that. Because it doesn't really start where it ends. It starts at the beginning of the end, which is weird.
So my problem with it is that there's no real use in starting where you end.
Sure.
Like it doesn't do anything. You could literally start us in the fucking car with Jules Vincent and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
There is no additional thing that is added by us starting where the movie ends.
Right. Other than an extra 20 minutes of reused film.
Yeah.
Which I guess maybe some people are just into seeing things twice.
I don't like it. My ADHD hates, like, when I fucking fail a mission in a video game, they're like, let's start the cutscene over. I want to fucking kill myself.
Right. Let's start over from the beginning. No, go to the end. Let me start where I was.
That's why I also hate editing my own videos, because I stop and I start again, and I'm like, shut the fuck up.
How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, old man? God. So I I don't love the way that they do. I guess it's just the Tarantino thing, because when they first arrive at that apartment, pick up the briefcase that is just a briefcase with a light bulb in it.
That's that's what it actually is. But
yeah, it's just a briefcase with a light bulb. There's nothing in it. There never was.
I think what it represents is like Holy Grail or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
the assumption. I wish somebody's face would have melted.
Okay, this isn't Raiders of the Lost Ark.
It might as well be. It's the same fucking thing.
No?
The box with the thing that nobody's allowed to show on camera for some reason, as if they know there's a camera there. I just think Tarantino just didn't know what he wanted to put in the briefcase, so
That's a problem I have with a lot of big directors because J.J. Abrams is the biggest fucking criminal of this. It's I have this mystery box. I don't even know what's in the box, and I want everyone to guess it so I can put something in the box later. He did it with fucking Star Wars. He did it with fucking Lost. He does it with fucking everything. He did it with fucking Cloverfield, and I fucking love Cloverfield. But no offense, but like he does it with fucking everything, and it bothers me. And
What's
other
in
directors
the
do
box?
that and ran with it. We know what's in that box, though.
At least in 7, they show us what's in that, or tell us what's in that box. A little bit of both. Yeah. What's in the box? Awful. Get off your phone. We're reviewing a.
Sorry, dogs right now. Yeah, we're
reviewing a movie. Get off your phone.
I'm sending a quick text message.
Stop it. Whoever it was isn't important enough to get a text message.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was Dean.
Oh, you texted one of our dogs? You didn't specify which one.
I was telling to eat you while you sleep.
So yeah, I don't know. The whole briefcase thing, it just weird. I genuinely do, just as we were talking about. I just think Tarantino didn't have a clue what should go in there.
Sometimes it's an effective like technique. Like I think here it's effective. I know you don't like you want to know things because you're an asshole.
Yeah, but
it works here because like having them because it doesn't matter what's in the briefcase. You just the dog pop his head.
Just stick his head in. What's up? What's going on over here? Insane.
Yeah, but like I think it's effective because it doesn't matter what's in the briefcase. It just matters that the briefcase is there.
Yeah.
But
I might not have cared so much if they didn't bring it up again later and show the stupid robber what's in it.
Yeah,
it's like if you just keep it with the like it's for my boss and like pretend that like they looked at it and never showed anybody, I think I would care less. But it just became this running gag of like everybody look. It's like, well, I want to look.
Well, fuck you.
Let me see the light bulb in the briefcase. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't. What I was trying to get to was I don't love the going through the entire apartment scene to then at the end of the movie have to re-go through the exact same scene to add more. It's like we don't need to see these 7 times. I'm good. Just show me it once.
And I fully understand.
Especially with how long this movie is. It feels like a 2.5 hour movie that is 2.5 hours, not because it needed to be, but just because I feel like I should make a 2.5 hour movie. It's another one of those. It could have been like an hour 45 and would have been better off.
I don't know if an hour 45. Like you keep saying that, like with the Shawshank, 2 hours. Just make it 2 hours.
Sure. No, I keep saying an hour 45 just cause, but also in my head, it just cut the entire Bruce Willis thing. I just don't care.
Well, yeah, cut that, yeah.
Which probably on its own makes it a 2 hour thing. And then if you just cut out the beginning scene both times and just only show us the apartment once and only show us the diner once, it's probably an hour 45. That's why I was saying an hour 45 for this one.
I think the worst part of the Willis bit is the Christopher Walken like telling you where the watch came from.
Yeah.
And the one time they don't repeat shit is during that time. He's like, "That's my father's watch," and I can tell you how hard it took for him to get it here. I'm like, okay, now you just want to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, right.
Tarantino just want to yap for once. But like that whole sequence, I really don't care where the watch came from. You just say it's your father's watch. It immediately makes it impactful by making it your father's.
I just see
and seeing that he cares.
But I just don't care about the characters. I care about none of it.
But I'm saying that the Christopher Walken, like the watch that came from blah blah. I don't need to know. It'd be like just have Bruce Willis get upset that he can't find his watch. He says it's my father's. Have him show a little emotion like he does. And I know exactly where we are. Or you'd be like, it's my grandfather's. It's my grandfather's watch. Whatever. It's annoying. With there, and also what throws me out of the film, which I was gonna say, is this whole movie basically doesn't have anything else on the screen besides the actors.
Yeah.
And like the visual effects, but all of a sudden they do the square thing with Uma Thurman. She's like, "It'll make you
Oh yeah.
and it shows a square,
but it's also
and
not
then
a square.
it's a rectangle.
Yeah, which is
and
not
then
great.
and then later in the movie, when like they're trying to clean up the car, it's like 9 minutes and 37 seconds. Like it just throws me out of the fucking film. Like I'm like the whole
Yeah,
film had none of this shit, and we're throwing it out there now.
yeah.
It's like okay,
I wonder if they edited that part of the those parts of the movie first, and so it was like a plan to add a bunch of that shit. And it's like when you edit a YouTube video, so you like start out early in the video doing all that, and then you
yeah.
get about like a quarter of the way through, and you're like, you know what, fuck this, and then you don't the rest of the video. Like maybe they started editing there for some reason, because even Tarantino didn't know how he wanted to lay out the movie.
I think Tarantino
Possibly.
edited this film, or it was his long time editor. I don't know.
Um, but yeah, I didn't care at all about any of the, and
Pretty full of
maybe it's
shit.
because weirdly it bugged me a little bit. So I started kind of a tangent, but it's on topic. I started
Mhm.
watching Daredevil since Born Again, I guess, just came out, is coming out, not important.
It's come out when this comes out.
Yeah, so
It's already come out.
I'm trying to watch Daredevil because I didn't watch any of the Netflix shows when they were on Netflix, because back then they weren't connected.
They were.
No, they were initially not supposed to be, but now they are. It
Well,
whole
in like
complicated
episode
mess.
one, they talk about the fucking
Right.
mayhem in Harlem.
They talk about it, but like they also kept everything very vague because
Mhm.
Marvel had said the Netflix stuff isn't going to be part of the MCU. And then they changed that and made it part of the MCU. So now I need to watch Daredevil so I can watch Born Again. Because technically my first time seeing Charlie Cox's Daredevil was in She-Hulk.
Before you watch season 3, I'm just giving you this little like thing. You have to watch Defenders.
Watch
Before
Avengers? Or,
Defenders,
oh, why?
because the ending of Defenders leads right into season 3.
Well, tough. Not important. None of this matters. But it does bug me that the story for the boxer in this, I know this movie came out first, but it's just the exact same as Daredevil's dad.
So,
Like
well,
the exact same. Not even kind of different.
Tarantino's a big comics guy. Like he loves
Yeah, so
comics.
it's just
He might
ripped
have
from that.
just
Yeah,
simply ripped it off.
because like it's the same. You're gonna go like obviously not entirely because this guy doesn't have a kid, right? But you know, in Daredevil, it's
Mhm.
you're gonna go down in in both. It's exactly you're gonna fall in round 5. It's like okay, cool, I'll get the money. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just it really fucked me up because I had just watched the episodes of
Mhm.
Daredevil with that like 2 hours before I started this movie, and I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck? Why is this just Daredevil? Or why is Daredevil just this? But in my brain, I watched Daredevil first. Therefore, it came first. That's how it works. Uh,
Not how that works. But yeah, no, Tarantino may have definitely ripped off Jack Murdoch.
but yeah, that was fun. Um, so, and then just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I have never really understood the like, I'm trying to think if I have anything in the world that is that sentimental to me. Like I'm gonna risk my life for this fucking watch. It's a watch. What?
Think about it.
Because I don't think
Like
I
you
do.
don't care that much about anything.
And I don't know if I like so I just like I don't know. What's the point, man?
Like everything I'm looking at could be replaced eventually.
Right.
It would be a pain in the ass to do. I mean, the dogs, obviously. I mean, they're not an object. They're
Right.
human beings, not human beings. They're dogs.
They're beings. They are
They're
living
beings. Thank you.
beings. There
They're
you go.
living. But
They're
like,
human beings. I don't think so.
I don't know.
But I've never
Yeah.
understood the like I get being sentimental about things, but I also just I don't know. Maybe I just don't have anything I'm sentimental enough about. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
The Bruce Willis arc also bugs me because throughout the whole movie we see the back of what's his fucking name, Marcellus,
Marcellus,
right?
yep.
Yeah, we see the back of his head all the time. So I'm running the idea that like this movie is going to be like one of those movies like we'll just not show his face and be like this like making this cool mysterious like mob boss, and then in the middle of the Bruce Willis thing we see his fucking face.
Yeah. You know what always
It's
drove
like,
me? What also drove me nuts? With it being shot on the back of his head like that, there was always this Band-Aid.
yeah,
Why?
because
They never.
why is Anakin Scar there before Clone Wars came out? Why was Anakin Scar
Okay,
on his eye?
at least that can make sense. I don't know. They've been at war for 4 years. Could get a scar. At least you can infer something.
Tell me exactly why George Lucas put a scar in Anakin Skywalker.
Because it looks cool.
Exactly.
A Band-Aid doesn't look cool. A Band-Aid makes you look like a little bitch.
It gives him like this aura, I guess. I don't know.
But like,
and
I just why
no
the
one knows
fuck
what it
was
means.
it
It's
there?
provocative.
Why the fuck was it there? Like, you're gonna do all of this backstory about all this meaningless bullshit, but you're not gonna tell me why the fuck bro had a Band-Aid.
Yeah, because it's provocative. No one knows.
No,
what
it's
it
just
means.
stupid. It's just stupid. Fucking
I
Christopher Walken.
I can't disagree with you there.
And then,
Is that
what are
being
the
raised?
odds in LA that the one guy who's sent a bunch of people, like, I understand the idea of running into the goons that are looking for you. How do you run into the big bad guy who's looking for you when he's out grocery shopping? That's not how this works at all.
I think it was just to get like.
Big mob bosses don't go grocery shopping like this.
I think it's more to as a backstory to like they're giving backstory to everyone, obviously, but it's to give backstory to the mob boss as well as Bruce Willis.
That he just goes grocery shopping randomly.
No, like the whole like thing,
But
the whole.
that was dumb. And then I don't know. That
Gimp.
whole.
Is that a bad word? Can you say Gimp?
I don't know. You already did. I don't know. It's
They call it Gimp, but they also say some other words I'm not supposed to say.
It's a photo editing software. I don't know, man.
Okay, as long as it's like a different, there's a different name for something.
Yeah. It has always weirded me out that that's what that photo editing software is called. Bugs me.
But yeah. So, how do you feel about all the feet in this film? Did you not realize there was so much feet?
I don't really focus on feet when they're on my screen.
So the reason why I noticed this so much is because Tarantino is a noted foot fetish.
Interesting.
And he shows it in all of his films. So he just
were there really
like,
a lot of feet? I wasn't
the
like
taxi driver drives the taxi barefoot.
Oh. Yeah, no. Maybe I just like don't pay attention to dumb shit that much. I don't know. But I don't,
because if we ever watch,
genuinely cannot remember seeing feet in this movie.
Well, Uma Thurman walks in, the first thing you see is her feet, and we don't, and then we see her face.
Oh, weird. Okay.
The taxi driver, we see her drive barefoot. There's a lot of bare feet in this, and always one's bare feet, obviously, but it's
because I remember the bare feet for when they went and did the twist, which was interesting. You ever want to go to a 50s themed restaurant?
Dude, I was thinking about that. I would love that to be a real thing with the.
Oh, the car booths were sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not like a whole big like I love the 50s. I think it was a cool time we should go back to.
I don't.
There's problems with that.
You know what I do like
the aesthetic
from the
is great.
Yes, I was gonna say most of like the stuff I bought for when I move is like for my kitchen and stuff. It's like 50s retro themed.
It's the retro futuristic 50s, 60s.
Because I love that, not because of the 50s. I love that because Fallout. That's I'm a nerd. What do you mean I'm a weird? I'm a nerd. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I never got into Fallout, man.
Oh,
I started playing Fallout 4. I didn't like it, and then someone's like, play New Vegas. Someone's like, go play New Vegas because it's like the greatest game of all time, and I just couldn't get into it, man.
But I love Fallout. But like specifically, it's all that like teal, aqua blue. That like, yeah. Yes, I'm a nerd. Deal with it. But no, I don't think the 50s in general were a very good time for
Yeah.
anybody. They just had a decent aesthetic. Not even like
You're
clothing
not
wise,
wrong.
though, just like appliances and shit.
Clothing wise, I liked it. Marilyn Monroe.
No,
Rita Hayward.
feel like again, I'm too much of a nerd. I want to throw it back way too far in the past.
I don't know. I like the dress like I'm not one of the people like women should dress like that again. It's a cute thing. I think it works for people. You can do it. It's awesome. I think it's cute. But like other than that, it's not like
I just want to go
I
back
can
to a
tell back
time
now.
when capes and cloaks were acceptable.
Yeah, you fucking loser.
Yeah.
No, the
I
50s
want my
diner I think is
cloak, man. Damn.
the 50s diner as a establishment,
Yeah.
cool idea.
Sick place.
The weird thing of them having a dance competition inside a restaurant, that weirded me out, but
Restaurants do weird shit all the time, though. So, like, I could totally see that being a thing a place like that would try to do.
probably.
It also didn't seem like it was just a restaurant, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that, it seemed like there was
Bars.
a lot of other shit going on.
Yeah.
I do love how they mentioned that a $5 milkshake is insane, and I'm just sitting here like, man, I wish I could get a $5 milkshake.
Well, yeah, I think it's even. I love that they actually earlier in the film they make an equivalent to it because they make a pack of cigarettes $1.40,
Yeah.
and cigarettes are not $1.40 anymore.
I promise I would still smoke if they were that cheap. Wouldn't have
You see,
quit.
what's funny now?
Dude, that is why I quit. I bought a carton of cigarettes and I used to pay like $55 for it, and it was like
Jesus fuck.
$85. And I was out. I was done. I was like, this is almost double the price.
And now your lungs will feel better, don't they?
No, they feel literally nothing has changed. Except I'm
Well, maybe
angrier more often.
caffeine.
No, that doesn't do anything.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know, man.
That's why I don't do drugs. They're too expensive.
Pretty much.
Like I remember my parents being like, "Oh, we're so proud of you for not getting into like drugs and alcohol when you're a kid." I'm like, "Dude, they are fucking expensive.
I'm just
What do you
poor.
mean?"
Yeah. Then we have like we jump forward and back to the fucking apartment from the beginning with the big kahuna burger and all the people they murder.
Yeah.
And, the guy pops out, shoots at them, and miraculously misses every shot. Not gonna lie, for a second I thought Jules was gonna die there. Because they'd already showed Vincent's death. So I thought, but then I was like,
Sound
wait,
like
this is a
you can't
flashback.
die.
That's just not how that works.
Yeah.
But I still don't get it.
Have you never watched like the where they blow off the guy's head in an accident? Like scene.
I had
like,
never
falling?
seen that until I watched. I laughed
I'm so glad.
so fucking hard.
That's amazing. Because that scene got spoiled for me before I watched Pulp Fiction for the first time. And watched it again, it's still funny. Like,
Yeah.
again, watching this game, I'm like, it's one of the greatest scenes of all time. I'll stand by that. As much as I think this movie is pretty good and not like top 10 of all time, like everyone says it is again. But that scene where he just accidentally blows the guy's brains out is amazing. In my mind, the divine intervention had to go somewhere. Those bullets had to go somewhere, and it went to Marvin.
Oh.
That's my headcanon, if you want to call it that.
I just love that there's blood everywhere. And as he turns, I just love, oh man, I shot Marvin in the face. He's just so nonchalant about it.
Well, yeah, they kill so many people. Are like, all right.
It's just so funny. I was so shocked. I also laughed way too hard.
Look at my life.
Shot Marvin in the fucking face. Whoa.
What are you doing?
I went to let it play, and it opened. I like muted the tab, but then I clicked the video and it opened it in a different tab, so it was
That's
unmuted.
what
It's
gets
like, whoa.
copyrighted.
If it gets copyrighted just from the sound of a car on a highway with no music or voices, that would be pretty impressive. I can't lie.
Oh.
Oh God, Marvin, what do you make of all this? I don't have an opinion. Well, you gotta have an opinion.
Yeah. And like I said before, the conversation between the characters are
Yeah.
entertaining, but it feels like fluff half the time. So
Half the time, unless it's just Vincent and Jules. That I think it. This movie could have just been 2.5 hours of Vincent and Jules in the car driving, and I would have watched.
yeah, that's in my mind. You watch how it should have ended, right?
I've like seen it, but I don't like watch
Well,
everything.
you know how like Superman and Batman sit in a booth.
Yeah.
Again, them having conversations about random bullshit, fantastic.
Yeah.
And I love that their chemistry is emphasized through Uma Thurman and Vincent's conversation because they don't know what to talk about.
Right. Yep.
So the chemistry of Jules and Vincent gets like more developed without having Jules there.
I'm just looking at the quotes. What the fuck did you
It's a
do to
very
his
funny-
towel?
Such a quotable
I was
movie.
drying my hands. You're supposed to wash them first. You watched me wash them.
Yeah.
I watched you get them wet. So good. The parts of this movie that are good are really good. That's what I take.
And
away.
even the parts that are bad are okay at worst. It's like, oh, okay, we have to go through this situation. Okay, there's a random GIMP thing.
Yeah.
No, but like, I know this is like a great film. Like watching, I'm like, yes, this is thematically great. This is a fantastic film.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it in my top favorites. That's why I'm like being like, okay, this is like, oh, I'm being critical of it, but it's a good film. Like overall, I wouldn't say it's top 10 greatest films of all time, but what are you reading that make you fucking cackle like a little girl?
So the credits at the end of the movie, the coffee shop manager in the end is credited just as coffee shop because he was cut off when he was speaking I'm not a hero, I'm just a coffee shop. So he was credited just as coffee shop. That's funny as shit. Coffee shop.
Like Tarantino's great. Like besides him writing a character for himself, saying multiple times, like Tarantino has a good sense of humor.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that was a problem. That's a problem I still have with that. Like, I know a lot of the language and stuff like that. It's like really outdated. Like this is 90s shit. But like Tarantino, I know you, but writing a character for yourself to say the N-word like 4 or 5 times, maybe not the best idea. I know Samuel L. Jackson's there to give you the pass, but like, buddy.
Yeah, well.
Is he not?
Yeah, well. I don't know, man. God damn it. But, yeah.
It reminds me of that Leonardo DiCaprio scene in Django.
Never seen it, so.
Well, you've never heard the story of Samuel L. Jackson like pulling Leonardo DiCaprio saying like, "This is another Tuesday for us."
No, like I feel like I've heard it, but I don't know.
All right.
Probably because I've never seen the movie. It means nothing to me.
Dude, Django's so good. It's my favorite Tarantino film.
That's valid. I guess my favorite and least favorite Tarantino film is Pulp Fiction.
That's fat. That's crazy.
It's
not like it's the only one you've ever watched.
Yeah, well, you know. Oh yeah, as we normally talk about. Wow, this movie had a budget of $8 million.
Really? That's smaller than fucking Shawshank.
Yeah.
We're in the same year too.
Yeah. I think we talked about this a little in that movie. Or no, what was Shawshank's budget?
27, 26. He like barely made it back its budget. It probably didn't with marketing.
Shawshank's budget, $25 million. This movie's budget was $8 million. It made $9 million on its opening weekend and grossed $213 million worldwide.
I think that's pretty fucking solid if you're gonna ask me.
Yeah, I think it did okay.
And that's when it's still to fight against Lion King, guess Shawshank, Jurassic Park, and bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when people are like,
I think this is the first movie I've seen Uma Thurman in. Also,
really?
I think so. Now
I
I'm
know you
double
listened to
checking.
a song by Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, that is I think that is the only reason I knew her name before this. Before watching.
When they say dance like Uma Thurman, they're referencing this movie.
No, I kind of understand that. I just mean I don't think I've seen anything else with her in it.
Have I? That's a great question. What has Uma Thurman been in? She hasn't done stuff in a while.
Apparently, she was in Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
She's Medusa.
Interesting. I never watched it.
Oh.
I thought about it. I mean, she's Kill Bill, obviously, but
well, yeah. And she's not Kill Bill. She is the.
Well, yeah, I know, but
no, you don't, because you just call her Kill Bill.
No, I'm naming fucking movies, jackass. Did you think I was calling her Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief?
No, but you said she is Kill Bill. I'm like, no, she's not. She's the Brian.
No, I did. Oh, right, man. You're just adding things to things.
No, you let it. Well, she's American Dad. Yeah, she's Poison Ivy.
Oh, okay. Maybe I have seen her as one other character ever. Is this Robin Hood or which Robin Hood is this? Nope, not the one I care about.
Good one.
What do you mean the good one?
No, this is not the good one. Never mind. I'm thinking of Robin Hood, King. I think King in Tights. I think.
No, Men in Tights.
Thank you.
The funny one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The good one.
Yeah.
I love how you knew that.
Yeah, I know that movie.
All the movies I can mention,
dude. My thing with movies is really weird because a lot of really obscure shit I've seen. Anything.
Did you grow up on Monty Python?
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense now. That makes so much more sense. I was being educated in like the classics. You're like, yes, these are classics, but they are the comedy classics.
Oh well, yeah. It's because I only ever watched movies with like my brother or my uncles or like I guess my sister, but less so.
Why are you saying I guess my sister?
Well, because I realized Robin Hood would be a her fault movie.
Oh.
But then after my brother and sister moved out, because they moved out when I was still pretty young, I just didn't really watch movies. Because nobody was like telling me to watch them, so I just didn't. I watched TV shows, and then YouTube started to exist, and here we were.
We're the time travel machine, and I'm gonna go back to young Geek and just hand him movies.
And just hand him movies. Well, then this podcast never starts.
No, it does. Because you're like, I don't make time for movies.
But yeah, there are some really obscure movies that I've watched a lot. Very strangely.
I remember we were doing the list. You're like, you ever watch Pineapple Express? I'm like, yeah, once. And I'm like, you watched Pineapple Express?
Yeah. Mac and Devin go to high school. That's a good one. That's a good one.
What the fuck?
What? That's a Wiz Khalifa Snoop Dogg movie. Yeah. Grayson's so confused at the movies I've seen.
It's like, I get like watching like some like random fucking films, but of all
dude, I think for a long time, I think Mac and Devin Go to High School was like my most watched movie. I had watched that so many times.
If you watch Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle?
No, actually.
The like biggest stoner movie of all time.
No,
you're like, never watched. I fucking hate you.
You ever seen Your Highness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Random fucking film to bring it up.
Yeah, dude. I should really go through just to, and we'll have to like put it in all the episodes. I know you have your letterboxed, but I should just
Yeah.
go through and just mark all the movies I've actually watched to just confuse the fuck out of people.
Oh my god, my brain's fucking. I don't
I
like you.
think I have a letterboxed account.
Oh yeah, you do. I know you do. Because I follow you.
W. I
And
think.
you don't log. I do have the log Pulp Fiction though. Thank you for reminding me.
I would assume it's that. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a bunch of movies that it's gonna
Oh, I
be.
can tell you every movie I've watched has not been logged. It's just a thing.
I don't. Have I logged any of them?
You looked a film, and then you left. I think you left the Dueling Foods link in there.
Nice. Oh yeah, I logged two. I think Interstellar and Tombstone.
That sounds about right. When I told you make a letterbox and then you just stopped.
Well, yeah, I stopped thinking about it. I'll go mess with that in a bit.
See, when
I'm
my
gonna spend
letterbox thing
tonight
is,
going through it and rating things and like really fucking them up with the rub, you know?
see, my letterbox is I leave the theater, I take my phone, I start rating and like either maybe even reviewing, and then once I get to my car, I stop. So when I watch movies at home, I forget to log, and that's the issue. I keep running into.
But oh god, trying to think of all the movies I've seen because I'm just not gonna remember names of half of them. I'm just gonna start scrolling through.
I don't even fucking know what's back there. Like, I bought every single one of those films, or they were gifted. But like, I know, like either I have seen or I have not, but I do not know what all is in there.
Right. Yeah.
Or a list of it, just in case I go to the store and I have to buy. And I'm like, have I ever bought this film?
Interesting. I'm gonna just have
Yeah.
to browse by year and just go
I
through.
mean, it's not bad. It's what I did for a long time. I was like browsing by.
But I think
like,
this would be a cool way to have it set up so people could actually see every movie I've seen and then feel really mad at all the movies I haven't.
you know, I've been meaning to set up our like, automated description, right? I gotta put our letterboxes in there just so you piss people off.
True. I'm gonna go through. Fuck it. I'm doing that tonight. I'm doing it tonight. Giving
Bro's
them
not
all.
even a stream. He said, "Fuck it, we're going through letterbox."
Oh, I
You
wasn't
should
planning to
his
stream
letterbox
tonight.
rating.
I was gonna record a video, but I guess we're gonna
Wow,
wait on that.
doing work, crazy.
I did just edit a video though, so I'm like, it's all right. I've got 3 weeks worth of videos up. I don't have to
I have to
work
go-
on one tonight.
Yeah, you being like, "Oh, we should record an episode on Sunday," really fucked up my tempo. What I was gonna record this week. So I'm
Just
gonna do it
record
tomorrow.
as soon as we're done.
I haven't watched the movie because you know how I do
Oh,
my
you were gonna
movies.
do a
brain.
movie, yeah.
Yeah, my brain has to.
Well,
Not
I
have
figured
it,
you
and
were
I'll
gonna
fuck it
go
up.
yell about Juan Cena.
No, because I don't have an opinion on that. We talked about this before we recorded.
Oh yeah, was there anything else we were gonna talk about this movie?
I mean, no, I mean,
We got
I
distracted.
honestly thought you were gonna rip it to shreds. Now it's been like, no, wait.
No, this movie just reminded me of like a bunch of movies I just used to watch with my uncles. So it like that's
Makes sense.
probably why it didn't bore me.
This
Is it
is a
just
bit-
fit the like
This is a very uncle movie.
yeah. So
It's
like
the movie that like your uncle is not supposed to show you when you're young,
Right.
Like, young and shows
kinda
you
yeah. So it just felt like a movie I'd watch with them. So I was just like hanging out watching a movie. I didn't get
Alright.
like I didn't get as enthralled in it as I would like Interstellar, you know, where I'm
Mhm.
just like, oh, I need to be watching for everything that happens. This is very much like kind of a background movie to me. I don't know.
What a wild backhanded insult to Pulp Fiction.
Why is that a backhanded insult or a
Because
backhanded compliment?
Okay, to me it is because when I'm thinking background movies, I'm throwing it on because I don't give a fuck what it's saying, the fuck it's doing. I'm doing laundry. I just need something to not be music because music sometimes I'll be like, I need to hear someone talk. I need like
Right.
shit. Sometimes when I'm like editing videos, I'll throw your videos on, just be like, there's someone
Preach.
talking. and then I get annoyed that I'm hearing my voice, and it's like I hate my life.
Dude, I get it. Because normally I throw on podcasts when I edit. Like when I want something that's not music, I go podcast. That's again the thing. I don't put movies on most of the time. YouTube videos, podcasts.
Yeah. Understandable.
Had to
and I understand your thing with
podcasts,
movies.
But people keep turning out shitty. It's very sad.
Not the Julian Faiths podcast, hopefully.
Hopefully. What are you doing? What do you mean, hopefully? What did you do? That axe moved. Oh, God, what did you do?
I pick that up every day or two, just kind of like feeling in my hands and then down.
That's not terrifying at all.
I don't unsheath it unless someone asks me to.
Ayo.
Hey, that's what I do. No, but Pulp Fiction, give me a rating because I know you like ratings. I know you like numbers.
You normally do ratings out of what? Out of 10 normally sometimes?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like, I guess what did I give Shawshank? I think I still gave it like a 7.
I think I gave like a 6.
No, I thought I gave it a 7.
You might have given it a 7. I thought you were from the low on it. Like, even though I thought I was, because I was like 7.5, maybe an 8.
Yeah, because you said 7.5, maybe 8, and I was like, I'm thinking 7.
See, like 8's like if I'm feeling nice.
I think I'd go like 7.5. Because
you're a lot less linear than I am.
Yeah. I mean,
what's Interstellar on your scale? Is it a 10?
Close. I don't think any movie can be a perfect 10.
No, but like.
But if I were to give a movie a perfect 10, it would probably be Interstellar.
Well, like if I like a movie, I'm gonna give it a 10 because I like the movie, not because it's a perfect movie, but because I loved it that much.
If I was gonna give a movie a 10, it would be like Interstellar. Yes.
Okay. Fucking loser.
I hope I just want, and I know they haven't, and actually they have kind of left it alone. The weird film bros kind of left Interstellar alone, right? When we talked about it, well, I don't care about recently.
They're starting to get to it.
Well, they should stop.
Yeah.
Unless you can prove to me you understand the science, I don't think you should be able to.
Well, that's what they're going to be. That's what they're going to do. Geek, I'm going to tell you what their move's going to be. You explain Interstellar.
That's what they're going to say?
Oh, yeah.
Can I then just ask them to explain it?
No,
how about you explain it, douchebag? How about you explain it?
Anything else, though?
No, I think that's all I got.
All right. Thank you guys for watching this episode of the Julian Faiths podcast. We did not rip into a red flag film like we did last week. Next week, we're talking about American Psycho 2000, starring a Welsh man that plays an American. Yeah, he's Welsh.
Yeah.
And we'll have a lot of fun with that. I might have to kill Geek. We'll see. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, do whatever podcast format you prefer. And until next time. Oh, bye-bye.